Hello there. Thank you for choosing Muertes International Airlines, your one-stop destination for traveling to the Cinco Muertes, or the 5 deaths for the Spanish impaired. I see you've booked a personal flight to Isla Pena. Roughly translated to Sara Island in Spanish, Isla Pena is the youngest, smallest, and last of the Cinco Muertes from north to south. Isla Pena has very different origins from the other 4 islands. While the rest were formed by volcanic eruptions, which are still active on Isla Dektoonics, this island has only indirect volcanic origins. Both Dektoonics and Pena were formed from a relatively recent lava flow that went nearly 20 miles out into the sea before stopping. In the following centuries, sand and other debris accumulated on part of the lava flow, forming the island before us today. I believe that's enough of the island's origins, adventurers. For now, sit back and enjoy your pterosaur eye view as we'll be arriving to Isla Pena shortly. Welcome to Jurassic Park, here on Isla Pena. We hope you enjoyed your flight with Muertes International. Feeling a little drained? No problem. Take a moment to adjust to the warm, dense jungle environment. Enjoy a flavorful, fruity beverage before heading into the Welcome Center to verify your tickets. You'll also receive a visitor's pass here. If you happen to lose your visitor pass, there's no need to panic. Simply consult a member of our knowledgeable staff to receive a new one. Once departing from the Welcome Center, you'll find numerous signs posted about the park to help you navigate around. Your first priority should be getting settled into your Safari Lodge. The Safari Lodge offers a cozy and secluded night's rest, giving you the feeling of sleeping in a prehistoric jungle. Each lodge has 2 rooms and a personal cafe, serving complimentary breakfast and refreshments daily. While you're not relaxing in the Safari Lodge, you can enjoy the beautiful cliffs of Isla Pena. Now that you know where you'll be sleeping tonight, this is usually when we show the island's resident worker village. However, they are stationed underground. In fact, most of Isla Pena's operations take place underground, including the island's geothermal power plant. Here, the boiling energies beneath the island are harnessed into raw power to keep the lights on around. Connected via tunnel is the engine administrative building. It is here that the personnel check into their quarters and maintain constant communication with the worker village on Isla Nublar and engine headquarters in Palo Alto, California. Next to the engine administration are special pens for housing the island's livestock to feed our ever-hungry carnivores. Next to the livestock paddocks lies an entrance to the park service tunnels, where our rangers can move freely in and out of the numerous animal enclosures without disturbing them or your safari experience. Speaking of your safari experience, let's move on to the final stop where the safari adventure really begins. In front of this stunning herd of docile drysaurs is our multi-level visitor center, the central hub of guest activity here on Isla Pena. Within these 3 central rotundas, everything you'll need can be found. Visit the Mr. DNA ride, where you can witness the actual labs and scientists that resurrect the animals of Isla Pena. You'll also visit the control room, where every facet of the park is monitored and managed by the staff. We also provide fine dining here at Los Gigantes, This 5-star restaurant is the 4th of its kind, with 3 other locations on Isla Nublar, Mantinceras, Muertes, and Dektoonics. Be sure to reserve a table from your safari lodge before visiting. The Visitor Center is also where guests can schedule their tour of the island. We offer both night and day tours to ensure that you get to see all of the wonderful animals. Once you're ready to depart on the tour, head over to the loading bay and wait for your caravan to arrive. These will be your transports for the morning. Jurassic Park delivers guests in the safari experience like none other with our fleet of electric, self-guided Ford Explorers, allowing a safe, comfortable, and exciting ride. Climb aboard and get situated as the tour will begin momentarily.
Now hold on just a second there, friends. I'm Mr. DNA. You may have heard of me. Now, we have some safety procedures to go over, because we here at Jurassic Park like to keep blood-sucking lawyers away. Firstly, keep your hands to yourself and respect everyone's personal space. Secondly, please stay seated during the duration of the tour. Remember, this is a moving vehicle and may encounter rough terrain. Exiting the vehicle is prohibited. However, the tour may come to a few rest stops during your journey. You'll be notified when exiting the vehicle is allowed. When outside the vehicle in the park, please do not touch any fences, as some of them carry 10,000 volts. We also kindly ask you to refrain from bringing any messy or sticky food or drinks into the vehicles, and do not leave any trash behind. Lastly, Jurassic Park is not responsible for loss of any personal items within these vehicles, so please make sure to check behind the seats and in the glove compartment in case you store anything in there. Lastly, and the most important rule, is to have fun and to enjoy the ride.
Thanks, Mr. DNA. And now, a quick message from the CEO of Engine before you depart for the morning.
Welcome one and all to Jurassic Park, a unique world of adventure unlike anything you've ever experienced before. I should explain, I'm John Hammond, the owner and creator of this magnificent enterprise. By this time, I'm sure you're quite aware that Jurassic Park refers to that time in history, the Jurassic period, when dinosaurs roamed the world. Here at Jurassic Park, we've created the world's largest man-made living laboratory devoted solely to the study of dinosaurs. At the park laboratories, scientists and geneticists are at work on the process of cloning the selected dinosaurs that will live in our park. A miraculous feat of bioengineering. A central control, our nerve center for the entire site. Every creature is monitored on a continual basis. Nothing is left to chance. And in the field, our park rangers are constantly watching the area, communicating directly with central control at all times, and patrolling the site to ensure guest comfort and safety. And at the boat launching area, that's where you're headed, each and every boat is in continual radio contact with the home base and central control as well. So now prepare yourselves for the adventure of a lifetime as you journey into the world of the dinosaurs on our Jurassic Park adventure. I guarantee you, nothing has prepared you for the adventure ahead. So from all of us, to all of you, well, thanks for coming, and have a wonderful day at Jurassic Park!
How do you do, adventurers? The name's Rocco, and I'll be your safari guide this morning. While I won't be there with you in person, my voice will be here to guide you through the numerous paddocks of the park and the wonderful animals within them. I think we've spent enough time getting to know each other, don't you think? Now, let's get these wheels rolling. Appropriate information will be automatically selected for you on the screen. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the tour. Please be sure to turn off the flash on your cameras and no shouting when outside the vehicles in the park. You are now entering the lost world of the past, a world in which amazing creatures big and small rule the earth, a world in which you are privileged to see today. Welcome to Jurassic Park. Across this cliff, we will be approaching our first enclosure. If you look to the right, you'll see a herd of the first dinosaurs on our tour called Herrerasaurus. One of the earliest known dinosaurs, Herrerasaurus was also one of the largest carnivorous dinosaurs to come from the late Triassic Isla Formation, which was a moist and warm volcanically active floodplain in Argentina, covered by forests. Despite measuring 20 feet in length and weighing close to 800 pounds, it was dwarfed by large Boriscians, land-dwelling relatives of the crocodiles, which were the apex predators. Herrerasaurus is a primitive animal compared to later dinosaurs and, despite similarities, may not be a theropod. Instead, it and its kind, the Herrerasauridae, are basosauristians and may have been the start of both the theropod and sauropod lineages, since they already display some traits and features which will be seen in later dinosaurs, such as the pubic bone in the pelvis pointing backward. It also had a long, narrow skull with a flexible joint in the lower jaw, so it could slide back and forth to deliver a grasping bite. This trait is unique among dinosaurs but can be found in some types of lizards today. Fun fact, this dinosaur was found by complete accident by an Andean goat farmer named Victorino Herrera, who saw the bones jutting out from an outcrop and reported it to paleontologists. The dinosaur was then named in his honor. Moving on, we'll be visiting another South American dinosaur shortly. These handsome devils are known as Carnotaurus, nicknamed the meat-eating bull. Carnotaurus is perhaps one of the world's best-known dinosaurs. Carnotaurus is an abelisaurid dinosaur that lived in what is now Argentina during the late Cretaceous period. Named for its predatory nature and bull-like horns, it has a short and narrow head with two horns over the eyes. The arms of Carnotaurus are some of the shortest compared to body size in any theropod. This is a trait all abelisaurid share, but Carnotaurus took to an extreme. Carnotaurus is known from a single yet almost nearly complete skeleton and several skin impressions, with only the tail and lower legs missing. However, from this one skeleton, much has been learned from this unique carnivore. Carnotaurus is built for speed, with long, powerful legs and a streamlined body, hence the tiny minuscule arms and the wedge-shaped head. The bite of Carnotaurus seems to have been relatively weak, as the lower jaw isn't as powerfully built as other theropods. This suggests that Carnotaurus was more adapted to chasing down smaller prey. The horns of Carnotaurus were too blunt to be used as weapons and were more likely utilized as display features to attract mates or intimidate rivals. Some paleontologists believe that the horns were larger than their bony cores and that they may have been part of a larger horn-like structure covering the top of the head. That is truly a strange but exceptional addition to Jurassic Park. Moving along, we'll be visiting our first herbivores on this morning's tour. Currently around us is a herd of Herrerasaurus and Carnotaurus, two species found in late Cretaceous Asia respectively. We won't be covering Carnotaurus on today's tour. You'll have to visit our park on Isla Muertes to learn more on this dinosaur. However, we'll be shining a spotlight on the incredibly cute Herrerasaurus. Herrerasaurus lived in what is modern-day Mongolia, which nowadays is mainly dry deserts, but at the time would have meant a habitat consisted of high-altitude forests. Pachycephalosaurus diets are not well documented, but they are largely considered to be herbivorous, possibly omnivorous, with a diet including plants and insects. Herrerasaurus, like Dreadnoughtus and Stygimola, has been the center of some controversy. Many paleontologists, on re-examining the fossils and comparing with other Pachycephalosaurus genera, have suggested that these smaller genus with flattened heads represented juveniles or subadults of larger genuses. A 2010 paper argued that Herrerasaurus should be accepted as a juvenile growth stage of the related Carnotaurus, which was slightly larger and lived in the same time and place. However, the 2017 discovery of a series of juvenile Carnotaurus skulls has since reaffirmed Herrerasaurus' validity as a genus. However, we must say farewell to our dainty Herrerasaurus as we continue our tour. Heading north, we'll be visiting the Park Star attraction shortly. If you look to your right, you'll be peering into our Giga Gorge. The vehicles will be making a 5-minute stop so you can have a chance to step out and take photos of our Giganotosaurus pair. Originating in late Cretaceous South America, Giganotosaurus is one of the largest terrestrial carnivorous dinosaurs ever discovered, and a prominent member of the Carnotaurus family. Giganotosaurus was originally discovered in 1993 by an amateur paleontologist, Ruben Carolini. The discovery was officially recorded by paleontologist Rodolfo Coria in 1995. A team led by Coria and funded by American paleontologist Don Lessem uncovered roughly 70% of the animal. It was soon declared the largest theropod ever discovered, rivaling Tyrannosaurus in size, though Spinosaurus, a slightly larger theropod, would soon be discovered and re-examined in the following years. In packs, the Giganotosaurus could possibly have taken down larger sauropods. The bite of Giganotosaurus was weaker than Tyrannosaurus, and instead it would have relied on its sharp serrated teeth to inflict deep bleeding wounds to weaken prey instead of utilizing brute strength to bite through thick armor. This is because the prey Giganotosaurus targeted often lacked armor, but were very robust and densely muscled, meaning a crushing bite force would be ineffective, and instead multiple bites would be employed to cause death by blood loss and shock. These two make quite an impressive exhibit on our tour. Alright people, get yourselves resettled in the vehicles. We're moving on to our second and final herbivorous enclosure. Heading back south, traveling through this river forest brings us to our dazzling Dreadnoughtus. This dinosaur was potentially one of the largest animals that have ever lived on land, only outclassed by fellow South American titanosaurs such as Argentinosaurus and Patagotitan. It lived on a wide floodplain with other large sauropods such as Puertosaurus, ornithopods and theropods such as Orcoraptor. Dreadnoughtus was a surprise on its discovery in 2014 with most of the body and tail well preserved, but also parts of the skull, which is usually lost in preservation due to their flimsy nature. It is the most well-preserved titanosaur found in South America. However, the skeleton found was not fully grown yet, suggesting that the dinosaur could grow even larger. These three are easily the highlight of Isla Pena, but it's good we saved the best for last. And I hate to say this to everyone, but this is the end of our safari tour. We hope you enjoyed this relaxing cruise through time, and we'll be planning another stay here at Jurassic Park.
Nice to see that you're back. I know you had a wonderful time on the tour. Unfortunately, that is all we had to offer here on Isla Pena. Yet another adventure is coming to a close, but you're always welcome back. Head over to the heliport where your copter is waiting.